This is good pressure from Nepal. 3 dot balls in the over. Really tightening the screws. A run rate of 3.6. Inside the bar plate. I don't think that's the strategy that the United States would have wanted here. Looking to hit that one over mid-wicket. That's a good hit. And the sweeper will cut that down just to 2, but that's good running as well from USA. So good cricket all around, cutting off boundary scoring opportunity, but as well able to convert that 1 into 2. Into the bulk again, but well worked leg. Very good over from Mahat. I believe she was able to work with the counterpart in creating the pressure that resulted in the 2
wickets that fell. If she can also come back into the second spell, pressure, slower delivery, again unable to pierce the gap. Another dot ball here.
And Nepal knows how important this Pooja Ganesh wicket is. And they need to be a bit tighter in the field. They've done so well so far. Get off strike and put pressure on Pagadiala.
Total of 23 dot balls have been bowled so far, and what that equates to, it's almost 4 overs that have been dots in the 6 that we've had into the 7th. So this is good from Nepal's perspective in how they've been able to keep the United States quiet, when you're consistently putting pressure, not allowing them to score easily. That's almost 60% if you converted this 7th over into a full one. 4 overs have been dot balls out of 7 overs. That's good. Finds the gap and pick up a single.
Yeah, what Nepal has done so well is just to slow the amount of scoring here from the USA. Pagadiala now into the double digits. Going to 3.95 to the over. That's a wide. Those are some of the discipline, or areas of discipline that a player like Pooja Mahato, yes, this happens. But if you've bowled so well and creating so much pressure, can't let it slip. But then again, tough conditions. Maybe coming in at a wider angle here to Pagadiala.
Oh,
almost leading edge.
yeah, that was a brilliant delivery from Pujamato to end the 7th over. 28 for 2. Five runs from that previous over. Better scoring for USA. They've been able to score much. That's because Nepal have kept a tight leash on things. The previous encounter that these two teams had was in a global T20 qualifier warm-up match, in which the USA won that game by 6 wickets, I believe. But this time around, it's a different setup. It's not a warm-up match. It's the actual deal in the ICC Women's Challenge Trophy. And from the looks of it, Nepal want to get even. And they have done that considerably well so far. Kept USA quiet, 28 in 7 overs. And in that, they've also picked up 2 vital wickets.
Just slightly slow here, but good take.
Yeah, great presence of mind from the wicketkeeper. It's never easy when you're keeping up so close at the stumps. When the batter misses it so close to you, and you're still able to gather it. And you gather it well. You remove the bails. Scampering through for 1. Wide-ish delivery.
The USA will definitely miss the likes of experienced Tara Norris, leading wicket taker in T20s.
Played well. It's a good shot. Can they push for 2? And the collection is good. Just keeps it down to 1. Yeah, I know with Norris missing it out, might say that they're a little bit short of firepower. But for me, I think it's an opportunity for other players to put their hands up and make a note in terms of selection. We'll work leg side. Chase by the captain. Does she get there? No, she doesn't. And that'll be 4 to USA. That's a magnificent sweep shot, making sure that there was decent power behind that one.
Yeah, really well played. Just helping it along. Bindu Rawal. A couple of loose ones here from Ria Sharma. No, much better. Much better response, much better control from Ria. USA looking to dominate, looking to push through now up until the 10th over. A great use of feet. A little shimmy down the wicket. That's a decisive hit. It won't go all the way. Kapita Kunwar, really good fielder. However, it'll be 2 runs to close off the over. So 8 done, 38 for 2. And 2 more overs before it's halfway here. And that run rate went from 3.852 overs ago to 4.75. So almost an increase with 1 whole run.
They need more of those efforts, the USA. Going forward, need to amp up their scoring rate. They're slightly just doing that. If they can get to around 6 or 7 and over, they'll be poised into a good position, because now it's just not only thinking about how much you can put on with the rest of the overs remaining, but you think of that and also think of the option of saying, what if the weather comes into play? Well, rain affects the game as well. Good work coming down the wickets. Chowdhury, the new bowler, being introduced into the attack.
Oh, that's a full toss. And that's hit well. That's 1 bounce 4. Well, that's how you punish. I can tell you what team that man is supporting.
A full toss. Now, given the treatment on that occasion, losing control on that one. I'll tell you what, really looked like above waist high. But who am I? The umpire judges that one to be a legal delivery, but they get 4 runs from that one. That'll be a good confidence booster for Ganesh. The inside edge onto the pads, but they scamper through for 1.
USA fighting back to take control here. I've been keeping a close eye on the run rate. 3 overs ago it was below 4. It went on to 4 the previous over. Now 5. Managed to get boundaries, and that really helped.
Yeah, this is looking like it'll also be a good over. The previous over that you spoke about, where there's a change in the run rate, was the highest over that the USA were able to acquire runs. They got 10 runs in the innings in the previous over. And so far, this one is also set up to be a good over. 6 runs already from it, with a couple of deliveries remaining. Just been averaging 5 and below runs prior to this over. So the more they're able to get double-figure overs, the more well set the USA will be to get a decent total.
Oh, shimmy down the wicket. She hits that well. It's a single. 7 off the over so for Chowdhury. Rashana. Diala. Looking for gaps on the onside. Now, will she find one? She doesn't. However, there's a misfield, but quick recovery.
Yeah, quick recovery from Upadhyaya as we come to the end of the over. It'll be 9 overs done. USA will be 46 for the loss of 2 wickets. There's a shift in momentum here. 8 runs off it. That's a good over. The previous one, they went for 10. So that's 18 runs that they've gotten in the last 2 overs. That's USA. And Nepal trying to stop the leakage of runs. They bring Manisha Upadhyaya back into the attack.
There's a very good move. Upadhyaya, she picked up the 2 wickets and it was early wickets. She has 2 more overs remaining. Bring here the over just before drinks. Hopefully she puts pressure. We'll pick up another wicket and break up this partnership that's easily forming as that one is played through the air. It doesn't carry. However, they pick up a single. 45-run partnership. Well weighted. Worked on to deep mid wicket for a single. All looks calm now in that USA dugout. It was a moment of panic, a brief moment of panic.
That's a good strike. Striking down the ground. Well, the calmness has been brought through by this 44-run partnership at the moment between Pooja Ganesh and Chetna Pagdiala. They've been able to string up a very good partnership of 43 runs. They're scoring well. Strike rates well above 50, 88 from Ganesh. Up in the air. And that's just over. Mid-off.
Well, that brings up the 50 for the USA. Hard at work here. Pagdiala and Ganesh. I mentioned earlier how important it is, especially for Ganesh to fire and to come through. She's on 26 off 29. Pagdiala slowly catching up. Quietly going about her business. 17 of 26. That's a really good over here from Manisha Upadhyaya. 10 overs gone. That's 50 for 2. So scoring at 5 to the over. USA slowly fighting back to regain some control here, Eli.
Oh, definitely they are. The first 6 overs belong to Nepal. They were able to pick up 2 wickets at the cost of 23 runs. But however, 4 overs later, the USA have been able to amass 27 runs in the last 4 overs of this 10 overs that we've done so far. So as we head into the break, the USA are 50 for the loss of 2 wickets. We'll be back shortly after the drinks break.
We are back with you live. Quite a bit of noise here coming from the people of Nepal.
Yeah, those pictures. Nepal supporters just seeing themselves on the stream there. That's why they went up in celebration. I'm sure somebody sent them a link saying, I see you on TV.
Rabina Chetri. Yeah, letting it slower. Rabina also comes with quite some experience.
I just hope that the break in play for drinks does not dampen the momentum that the USA were able to pick up in the last 2 overs. And that they were able to acquire just about 22 runs in the last 3 overs before we got to the halfway mark of the innings. Fuller delivery, driven down. Pick up 1. Because in those overs, what was crucial was that they were able to find a boundary in each of the overs, and that enabled them to really amp up the scoring rate a bit. For USA, they would love to continue on the same kind of trajectory. Going across, it's up in the air. Man, that's a good shot. Fine leg is pretty back on the boundary and in the widest position, and they come back for 2. That's a great awareness of the field set here from Ganesh. She is now in full flow, 29 from 31. That's a strike rate of 93. And previously in the last couple of overs she's been around the 70% strike rate, now into the 90s. There's intent in her scoring.
That's given us a wide. She was excited to take that up. She even can hear a giggle from the sidelines. Rabina Chetri.
Trying to deceive the umpire, the keeper there. Goes again. Looking to score behind the keeper. Fine leg still in a wide position. She picks up another couple. And this is good cricket from Ganesh. Working with the gaps that are in the field. Now showing the confidence in her batting and walking across the stumps on those last 2 couple of deliveries that she's faced.
Yeah, Pooja Ganesh is so good. Fearless cricketer. So much confidence in her own ability and skill. Look at that. Coming down the wicket. She can sweep, she can hit it straight. She cuts.
Already 8 runs from the over. This is good. And with 8 runs, this has been a series of 4 good overs for the USA. And they've been able to score runs just above the 5-run mark. And they finish it off with another single and pick up 9. 11 overs done. That'll be 59 for the loss of 2 after 11. So the game of cricket is a game that is won in phases. It's not about the scope of just looking at the holistic game, but you play it in phases. Shots overlooking Kahanga Cricket Oval, the land of 1,000 hills. Lush green grass all over.
For me, from where I come from, just seeing trees excites me. Coming from a desert nation, So when you see quite a number of trees together, there's too much green. It's an overwhelming green amount of green for me as they complete a single on the first delivery.
Yeah, beautiful sights. Beautiful country this is. Blessed with magnificent fauna and flora. 60 for 2, 60 runs to the USA. Set batters both just in double figures. Ganesh on 32 from 33, the set batter. Striking now at 96. That's well worked. Just opening the face of the blade. Just toying around with the field at the moment. That's USA picking gaps easily.
Yeah, what the USA have resorted to now is if width is an offer, they're waiting for it. They're taking advantage of the pace. If it's full, it's straight. I've seen quite a few times when they've come down the wicket and played hard and straight. Roshani Chaudhary.
Pagiadala just pulling out on the last minute on that occasion. Chaudhary not impressed with that. Gonna be wide. But what I've loved about this partnership that the USA have had is that Pagiadala was there at the start. She opened the batting for USA, but Pooja Ganesh has come in and taken over, and she's been the one that's doing the majority of the hard work. Pagiadala just supporting her efforts. That's up in the air. That's a good strike. And that's a magnificent shot. And that'll be a couple of bounces. Does it get to the boundary?
The thoughts of coming back for a third one here, Eli. It hung about in the air for quite some time. An opportunity that has gone down wanting. Not impressed, Roshani Chaudhary.
Yeah, it took a couple of takes to stop that one from getting to the boundary. Feeling there's almost pushing it over the boundary ropes. Again, well worked into a gap. Get 1. 8 of the first 5 deliveries from this over.
Kambalapali back in the dugout. Vaghela back in the dugout. But it's this to Pooja Ganesh and Pagiadala. Partnership worth 65 runs later. It's shimmy down the wicket. It's straight. With so much control.
I believe this is what the USA just need to do. Just keep working deliveries into gaps, and you run good. You also take advantage of fielding mistakes. It works in your advantage. Then you also add the unforced errors in extras. You find yourself with a pretty good over. That's wide.
The extras are becoming it. A thing now with Nepal. The past couple of overs, bowlers have bowled quite a few of those. Roshani Chaudhary with an offer, waited, cut. That's a good chase. However, they come back for a second one.
Now, there's an opportunity to pick up runs in that region because that's the longer boundary, about 75 meters. And that couple that they pick up finishes off the 12th over. And that'll be 68 for the loss of 2 after 12 for USA.
Kabita Joshi. Job here is pretty simple and straightforward. Build pressure with dots. Oh, almost yocked herself here, Pooja Ganesh.
Worked well. And that spits the fielder. And they come back for two. That's good running. And this is great efforts from USA. And this has been good. What makes it so good is that in the last 3 overs, the USA have been able to acquire just about 21 runs. There were no boundaries scored in those 3 overs that they scored the 21. It's been the running in between the wickets that has been good, allowing them to score 7 runs per over.
It's up in the air. It's wide enough. However, Rabina Chetri to Ria Sharma. Rabina Chetri running across and popping it to Ria Sharma. Almost looked like one of those from first centre to second centre. Get it there.
Well, many might be asking, what are you talking about?
Oh, that's up in the air. This time around, a much closer opportunity. But couldn't get there. Rabina Chetri. But a much better thrower right now.
And that was a good hit from Pagdiala. What I've loved from the USA is the ability to hit these large pockets of vacant areas, and they run the ones and the twos so hard. Yes, they're not getting the boundaries, but they're getting runs. 6 runs off the first 4. But that's a great stop.
Straight to Indubama. Oh, that's cut away. And that's cut away hard. Now, you mentioned how far that boundary is. They've realized that. Find the gap, run 2s. So 8 off the over. Yeah, this is good going for the USA. Nepal needs to find a way of clawing back. And that's simply about picking up some wickets. So 13 done, 77 for 2. 7 overs remaining here, Eli. What is the ploy if you're in the Nepal dugout?
They need wickets. This partnership is pretty much proving to be a thorn in their side. The first 6 overs belonged to Nepal. Picked up 2 wickets. Very few runs. Just about around 21 that they gave away. But however, the USA have been able to claw back. They haven't lost any wickets. And the additional 6 that have allowed us to get here, and that has belonged to them. And they've been able to get a similar amount of runs per se without losing a wicket. That's good. Both batters are now in their 30s. Ganesh, late 30s, looking to get into the 40s. Big hits, leg side, but straight down Josh's throat. And that's the breakthrough that Nepal were looking for. And they get it first up at the start of the 14th over.
Brilliant take here on the routes by Kabita Joshi. Ria Sharma strikes. It's the 3rd wicket, and it's the breaking down of that partnership. And that partnership, as you clearly said it, proving to be a thorn in the side flesh of Nepal. So Pagdiala goes 30 from 37. as USA lose their third. That 75-run partnership. That's what the USA were looking for. Nothing spells composure than taking catches like Abhita Joshi. So Ria Sharma puts a name on the wickets column. And once she starts, her confidence just boosts.
Now they needed a breakthrough, Nepal, and Ria Sharma provides one at the start of the 14th over. 75-run partnership broken. There'll be a sign of relief. Gabby Bogle is the new batter at the crease. You have a new batter on strike. Is not able to get off strike. That's what you want to be bowling at the new batter consistently. Exert more pressure. You get a feeling that Nepal, if they're consistent with this type of insistent pressure, they might be able just to pick up another wicket. They always say one wicket brings another.
And what Nepal has done was, after picking up the wicket, Ria Sharma continued, make it not easy for bowler yet to come in and score. So wicket and 4 dot deliveries later. And they won't mind that. They won't mind a single on the last delivery of the over. Get Bogle again on strike on the other end and put pressure on her. So 14 done, 6 remain, 78 for 3.
It's a brilliant over from Sharma. Just 1 run from it. But importantly, a big wicket in breaking that 75-run partnership. The USA need to re-strategize, and they'll be happy that Pooja Ganesh is still out there. She can be able to take charge and take lead. The game in phases. Good start to the last phase of this innings, of the USA innings by Nepal. Started off by picking up a wicket. Kabita Kunwa back into the attack now. In the first 2 overs, they went for only 8 runs. And was very crucial in building up pressure in the power play. And coming towards the death, how crucial will she be? And what can she be able to put as an effort here?
Full toss, driven, gone past cover. Ria Sharma does the cleaning up. And a really good throw here. But makes it 2 runs.
A full toss presented to Gabby Bogle. Trying to smash that through the covers. The effort by the fielder took some momentum out of that shot. And able to get a couple. Still feel that the USA, if they can continue on that trajectory of running hard in between the wickets, will be good. That's a good delivery. Slower delivery from Kabita Kunwa.
Oh, there they go. Loud and proud. Always good to know that wherever you go in the world, if you're playing in these colours, there'll be some support, there'll be some momentum behind your back. There'll be someone. There'll be roaring rhinos everywhere you go. I like the energy, I like the technique here. I like the way she goes through that pull pin crease.
It was particularly outstanding from Kabita is the bowling strategy that she's employing right now. Thick outside edge. That will run to the boundary. Beating man at short third. But you can see what she's trying to do. That's Kavita Kunwa. She's trying to bowl wide Yorkers outside off stump, employing some death bowling tactics, and in that particular instance induces a thick outside edge, but no one was catching in that particular area. So fortuitous runs from Gabby Bogle. Again outside, but a good stop from Chana. Another outside edge. They got through for one. Seven runs off the over. The USA will take that on any day. Last delivery of the 15th. Oh, full toss misses out. That's Ganesh. That'll be 15 overs done, and that'll be 85 for the loss of 3 wickets for the USA.
Yeah, next 5 overs are going to be key. There's quite some choice here for Indubama. Manisha Upadhyaya has one more over. Kavita Kunwa one more over. Pooja Mahata 2 overs. So Upadhyaya, it's important that she bowls and they make that decision of bringing her on now. Put pressure. She's got the best economy so far. She picked up 2 early wickets. An economy of 3.3 to the over. So 10 runs in her 3 overs.
Well, I think it's a good strategy to bring it in at this particular stage. You've already had a decent overs from her. Very important, because if I say decent, it's a little bit of an understatement of the great work that she's done in the allotted overs that she's bowled. It's only 11 runs that she's conceded and picked up 2 wickets. So she's an important wicket taker for Nepal at the moment.
That's unlucky. It was well played. It ricocheted just on the edge of the second pitch and came back. But I doesn't mind that.
Yeah, it's all in the USA's strategy now in terms of what will they look to do. That's what will be important. They will look for somebody to target. No, not enough power behind that. It's in the air and falls safely. But the awkward bounce makes it even much better for the USA as they get a desired boundary. Just turning away further on the bounce from the field on that occasion.
Gargi Bogle moves across. A great use of wrists. Playing into the spin. A well-deserved boundary as they move on into the 90s. This is how you turn up the heat if you're USA. It's been USA after the power play. What it looked like after 2 quick wickets here from Manisha Upadhyaya. It's starting to look like it'll be a collapse. All of a sudden, USA take charge.
For me, they've done very well to come back into this one. That's the USA. Flick to leg side. That should be in a good area. Well, the signs that we're seeing from the outfit, it's drying up. So the ball is sort of picking up momentum as it's racing across. For me, as the Nepalese side, I would be encouraged by that. That the outfield won't be working against them when they're in the chase. But it will be crucial now for the USA is how do they use that to their advantage.
Oh, this is clever. This is clever adjustment just on the last minutes. The last couple of seconds, actually. So 4 overs for Manisha Upadhyay, and her spell comes in and picking up 2 wickets. An all-important 2 wickets right up at the top for 18 runs. So 16 done, 93 for 3. Yeah, Gargi Bogle, she's starting to look good. She's starting to look confident. Strike rate over 100. Oh, change of hands, bring a change in fortunes here. For Rhea Sharma. Oh, that should be a really, really good running. Impressive from Ganesh and Bogle.
Magnificent running. Challenging the arm of the field on that occasion. That's Joshi. She took a couple of seconds to gather that one. She needed to catch it on the go and send it back to the bowler's end. But that just little stop in trying to gather herself allowed the two batters to scamper through for one. Trying to amp up things, the USA here. They do understand that we're in the latter stages of their innings. They need to amp up the scoring rate. They've been doing so well. In the last few overs or so, they've been able to get decent numbers.
Now they've done well, Eli. They've been fearless. They've run well. And they've got the numbers to show for it, especially these two batters. Gargi Bogle coming in, scoring their runner ball. And just behind the runner ball is Pooja Ganesh.
A little inside edge. Yeah, this partnership is doing well to continue with the previous one that was 75 runs that they had amassed. But this one in the last 5 overs, they've been able to amass just around 38 runs. That's a good hit. But only just before one. And you take this run that they have, so that's 39 runs that they've amassed in the last 5 overs.
They've run well. Rhea Sharma. All plays and misses. Well, that's the end to Rhea Sharma's spell. 20 runs coming off of it. Of course, 1 wicket. So it's 98 for 3 after 17 overs. 3 overs remain. Oh, Indu Bama turn 2. Rashana Chowdhury to ball over 18.
Looking for a big shot. Doesn't really get that one, but what's good is that they get 2. Pooja Ganesh is now on 44-45. So, that brings up the 100 for USA. This is good. Oh, that's a good shot. That's a very, very good shot. Goes down on one knee and just works it leg side. I'm sure what Ganesh is thinking about is How many more can she get? She's the set bets on 45 from 46. So when will it be the right time for the USA to pull the trigger? And they have 7 wickets in hand. And we're left with just about 2.4 overs to go.
Oh, that is very well played. This is class from Gagi Bogle. She moves on to 20s.
Gabby playing that one magnificently, just shimmering across the stumps. Knows that short 45 is inside the 30-yard circle. You get it around her, and